Hey, Crystal here. I promised I would post a video about the P90X3 Nutrition Guide. I know you've seen me rave about the guide itself, the fitness and the nutrition guide. Carl and Tony really went all out in this. Whoever else had a part in putting this together, but it is the most detailed fitness and nutrition guide ever. So I just want to let you know that I am not going to give you the whole nutrition guide, but if you have the program or you're thinking about getting the program, I'm going to help you to understand it because I know a lot of people have been asking me a lot of questions. I know I had a lot of questions in the beginning. Thankfully, I'm really good friends with a nutrition fanatic, I guess you can call him, who helped me understand it. So I asked him a million times before I decided to make this video that I was understanding it correctly so that I could explain it to you guys in the best way possible. So this is the nutrition guide. This is the fitness guide. The fitness guide is fantastic. It breaks down every workout. Obviously in 30-minute workouts, they're really fast, so you don't have a lot of time to figure out the move before it goes on to the next move. But if you go through this, it breaks down every workout. For example, X3 yoga. It breaks down the workout, each move in the workout, how to do it, and then on the ones that need to be modified, there's modifications such as sun salutation. Instead of jumping back into plank, you would bend your knees and walk back into plank. So they have that broken down for every single workout in P90X3. So that's the fitness guide for the most part. Obviously, there's other details in here, which I'm not going to review. But I really wanted to focus on the nutrition guide. So I know a lot of people are saying, I'm not totally comfortable with eating as much as this nutrition guide tells me to eat. I'm not complaining that I'm getting more food. If you're eating healthy foods, it's okay to eat more of it. I'm starting to understand that whole idea behind eat more, weigh less. I know I a lot. It's like my nervous tick or something. Sorry. See? So it's okay to, like, this has me on 1,800 calories. If I put my information into my fitness pal, it'll probably tell me like 1,300 calories if I had to guess. I haven't used my fitness pal in a while, but this is telling me 1,800 calories based on my sex, my weight, my activity level, and my goals. So step one is to figure out your plan. I'm sure you've all done that if you have the program. If you're female, you get a point. Depending on how much you weigh, you either add 1 through 6 points. You come up with a total. So I'm going to use mine for example. My total came to 3 points. So here it is. 3 points, if you flip the page, has me at plan B. So there's different plans here to choose from based on the points that you got from the original survey. So this has me on plan B, which on the next page breaks down for me my macros. It tells me for breakfast, I need 2 protein, 3 carbs, and 1 fat. For my AM snack, I need 2 carbs and 2 fats. For lunch, I need 1 protein, 3 carbs, and 1 fat, etc. So that's breakfast, AM snack, lunch, PM snack, and dinner. And thankfully, since I've started this, I have not even craved dessert. The good thing is when you have a lot of food, you're not starving yourself. You don't want the junk. You don't crave the junk. You're fueling your body with the good things. Your body doesn't even want the same things that you're used to craving at night. I haven't had the craving for dessert since I started this. Okay, so step 2 explains how do I measure food. So this guide gives you 2 different ways to measure your food. You could do it the micromanaging way, which a lot of us who have tracked food are used to, measuring a cup, measuring a half cup, measuring a teaspoon, a tablespoon, weighing our food, all those kinds of things. I was really used to that with Weight Watchers. This allows you to either follow that plan where you measure your food or the way of the hand. So there's different guides, as you can see. Oh, that's the rice. I thought I spilled something on my Thought I spilled something on my book. So that's the way of the hand. A palm is a serving, a half palm is a serving, a fist is a serving, a fingertip, a thumb. But if you go to the breakdown of foods, which they also provide in here for you, so this starts with a whole list of carbs. Healthy, healthier, healthiest. There's no junk in here whatsoever. But there's non-starchy vegetable carbs, there's starchy vegetable carbs, there's fruit carbs, legume carbs, beverage carbs, grain carbs, and then there's foods that you don't really have to count into anything. So they are also broken down. So for example, the first carb is kale. It's broken down in the micromanagement method, which gives you 2.5 cups of cooked kale. That's 1 carb serving. Or you could do the way of the hand, which is 2 fists. So that's also 1 carb serving. I've been doing the way of the hand. It's been working for me. However, if you're into measuring and you're a micromanagement personality style, then I would say do the micromanagement method. Whatever works for you. Me personally, I don't want to always have to track and measure, and I feel like the way of the hand is going to be my lifelong method, I guess. Okay, so that's carbs, and then it goes into fats and proteins, and it gives you a list. Kale, celery, and spinach, for example, those are some of the non-starchy vegetable carbs. Some fats, and of course they're healthy fats: avocado, raw nuts, flaxseed oil, shredded coconut, mozzarella, Parmesan cheese. And then it goes into protein. Shakeology is 2 servings of protein: egg whites, turkey breast, clams, red meat, cottage cheese, ricotta cheese, cheddar cheese, veggie burgers. So it breaks down all these options for you to choose from. So you go back to your breakdown, and I said I get 2 proteins, 3 carbs, and 1 fat for breakfast. So what I do is I start with protein. I go to the list of proteins, and I pick 2 servings. Now, the micromanagement method is a serving, and the way of the hand is a serving. So, for example, this morning this is what I had for breakfast. I had Shakeology, which was my 2 proteins, because a half scoop is 1 serving, is one protein serving. So a half scoop is 1 protein serving. So 1 full scoop is both of my protein servings. I then had a cup of sweetened almond milk, which is a beverage carb. So that counted for 1 of my carbs. So that covered my 2 proteins, 1 carb. Now I still have 2 more carbs and 1 fat just for breakfast. So I went to the list of carbs, and I really wanted a banana. So the serving size for a banana is either 1 small or a half a large. I had a large banana, so I counted it for those 2 carbs. So that equaled the almond milk, and the whole large banana counted for 3 of my carbs. My Shakeology counted for 2 of my proteins, and I still needed 1 fat, so I used a teaspoon of natural peanut butter. So that was my breakfast. 2 protein, Shakeology, 3 carbs, a cup of almond milk, and a banana, and 1 fat, a teaspoon of peanut butter. Now for an AM snack, I get 2, what do I get? I get 2 carbs and 2 fat. So it could be an apple and celery. The serving size for celery is unlimited, so I probably would just have a few sticks. And 1 small apple. That's 1 carb. That's 1 carb. That's 2 carbs for my AM snack. Now I get 2 fats. I'd probably do almond butter, or with an apple, I'd probably do almond butter. So you look at the serving size for almond butter. Fats. Nut butters, 1.5 teaspoon or 1 forefinger tip. So I would get 3 teaspoons of almond butter with my apple, with my celery. That's my AM snack. So I think that kind of explains it. I know a lot of people were thinking, and I know when I started, I was worried about it seeming like so much food. And it is a lot of food, but you're also working your butt off. And when you're working really hard in a really short period of time, you're getting your heart rate up really high in that short period of time, your metabolism is working overtime during the day. So it's okay to be eating more food, especially when it's whole, natural, good foods for your body. I said this has me at 1,800 calories. I haven't been tracking calories. I've just been tracking my macros, and that's been working for me. As with all things, you have to do what works for you. I know a lot of people are hesitant to stop tracking calories, and I understand that. But it can't hurt to try it. Give it a couple of weeks. Come back to me. If you try this for 2 weeks or 3 weeks and you see no results, then come back and question it. But I can guarantee you that if you follow the plan, and follow the plan that's set out for you, it will work for you. If you work the plan, it works for you. Trust me. Enjoy the fact that you're allowed to eat more food. I'm okay with that. I don't know about you, but I'm okay with that. And if you can't, there's been times where I haven't been able to eat all my food that I portioned out for myself, and I just listen to my body. And you're not really going to gain weight from eating too much kale, realistically. So eat until you're satisfied, and then either save the rest for a snack or save it for tomorrow or whatever. The beautiful thing about this guide is that you can look at these in any restaurant that you go to. I'm not saying eat out every day, because that's, it's important to cook at home and learn how to cook your own meals and those kind of things. But if you happen to find yourself in a restaurant, this is manageable. I went to Whole Foods when I was in Vegas, and I stood at the buffet or whatever you call where they keep the food out, and I looked for what was on my list, and I put it all together, and I used the weight of the hand, and that worked for me. If you go to a restaurant, they're going to have chicken, they're going to have red meat, they're going to have fish, they're going to have salmon. You can pick what you want, and don't be afraid to be picky either. Some people are hesitant to make changes on their dishes when they eat out, but focus on your goals. Don't focus on what people think about you. So then it also has a few recipe ideas, which sometimes I follow, sometimes I don't. I feel like I've been kind of eating healthy long enough that I can piece some things together. I know that if I want fish, I know what I want with it. So I've been able to piece those things together, and I'll be happy to share some recipes also. I'm starting to think I need a P90X3 blog. People have so many questions. I love it though. There's snack ideas. There is herb and spice blend ideas. So, things that you don't have to count, that you can season your fish or your chicken with. You don't have to eat plain grilled chicken and steamed broccoli all the time. Flavor is good for you. It's a good thing. There's also homemade salad dressings, balsamic vinaigrette, citrus vinaigrette, Asian ginger vinaigrette. So you're not getting the processed junk by buying a salad dressing from the store. It fits into your plan because it's measured out to be 1 tablespoon equals 1 of your fats. So you fit it into your macros. There's tips on prepping ahead, how to cook your meat, eggs, grains, salad and vegetables, fruit. There's cooking techniques, meat cooking techniques, vegetable cooking techniques. And then, in case you do have a dietary restriction or a personal restriction that you have decided to live by, there's also a guide on how to follow this plan, being grain-free, being a vegetarian, being vegan. It's really so in-depth. I really feel like they covered everything: caffeine and alcohol, cheat meals, Shakeology, the importance of drinking Shakeology, supplements, if you want to add any supplements. I personally drink energy and endurance, and obviously Shakeology, and I take some extra vitamins. I think that pretty much covers it. I've personally been in love with this. You've heard me raving about it, which is why I'm having to do so many videos, because so many people have so many questions. If you have more questions, you can comment below or send me a message, and I'd be happy to answer them for you. All right, bye.